is real.
Actually, my favorite part. It's my favorite part. Not. Hi, everybody. It's Jay Ryan. Welcome back to the late night playset. We've got a good one for you tonight. We think every guest will be here. We think tonight's guest is here. That's EMME Hall. She's here. She was scheduled to be here. She's here in her scheduled time. I'm here. Mrs. Ryan is here. She's always here. There's nothing new about that. She's usually here. I'm here. Sean Lee's going to be here, but he's not here yet. No, I don't know where he was supposed to be here on Tuesday, and he had a flat tire up in the canyon. He hit a rock or something with the Z, and the whole rim was busted. Anyway, they were stuck. Couldn't get here. Couldn't call in. He was like, I can do tomorrow. And I was like, well, we're going to be in Palm Springs tomorrow, whatever. And he's like, well, I can do Thursday. And I was like, well, we have EMME on Thursday. And he felt so bad about it, he just decided to come by anyway. So maybe he'll... I mean, we love you, Sean. Traffic is a bitch in L.A. Anyway, so that's what's going on. We are going to be talking about Audi for sure with EMME, as well as Rebel stuff, desert living. I just found out we're going to be talking about desert living. That's new to me. And gosh, anything else? We've got producer Mike on the line up in Canada. He's going to be fielding your questions on the Instagram. Hi there, producer Mike. Can you hear me, Canada Mike? Producer Mike? Maybe not. Maybe we're not actually live. Who knows? Maybe he doesn't have his ear thing. Let's watch this. This could be a good show, actually. Oh, I wonder if we're delayed. Maybe we're on a delay with him. Can you hear me, producer Mike?
I gotcha. Oh. I was listening to the Instagrams and telling people to buy the badges.
Oh, you're such a good guy. So he's multitasking then at the same time. Is that what's going on? Are you
Always.
Up there on the YouTube and the Instagram?
Yeah, and we're also writing the blurb for tonight's episode, and so we're doing many things with two hands.
Dude, your brain is amazing. I can't do that. I mean, that's why you're here, I guess. Good job. Keep it up. Keep it up. And you are a Pepsi family? Is that what I'm to understand? Because I find that we are running into conflicts left and right. This is a Coca-Cola household.
It's the choice of a new generation, Jay.
Are you a Pepsi-free family?
We enjoy the Pepsi. It is the choice of a new generation, my friend.
Is that everyone in Canada? Is that the popular choice in Canada, or is that just you?
Oh, good heavens, no. But up here we have Coke with maple syrup, so that's nice.
Coke with maple syrup. See, now we're in this country with, I think, the crappy corn syrup, but we buy the Mexican.
No, sorry.
Which has
sorry.
the pure cane sugar, which is good for you and stuff.
Oh yeah, no. Don't no. We have the crappy cane sugar up here as well. We just have a maple flavored Coca-Cola up here.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay, all right, like a vanilla Coke or a cherry Coke or something like that.
There you go.
I don't think I'd like that. I think that's too much damn sugar shit.
Too much.
Is that too syrupy? How does that? What is it?
I don't know, man. I drink
Pepsi. Weird shot. Hey, what's up? Hey, how you doing? That's weird. I'm sorry. Okay, listen. We should start this show up. There's a pretty girl over there. Will is gonna say his thing in a second. Wake the neighbors. Phone the kids is here. I did that wrong again. Wake the kids. Phone the neighbors. Arsenal Detailing is here. 541-944 is here. Lindsay Mensch with a J. Lindsay M. Jensch. Let me. Thanks for being here, Lindsay. Will, you know what to do. And she was thinking we were. I think she was. Whatever, doesn't matter. She said a rain curtain like there's no way they'd actually have that. She's like, oh, I love bubbles falling from the ceiling. I was like, you just wait. We have bubbles falling from the ceiling. Oh, everybody, it's going to be a hell of a night. I can tell you that right now. This blue card didn't. First of all, it stuck to the desk. Can we talk about that? I can't even get it. Didn't get filled out today. It's been one of those days. Just didn't get to it. Luckily, I think I got to everything else, so we're just going to wing it. We have more than enough guests. We have one for sure. And Tuesday's guest may or may not be here. But Thursday's guest is here. That rest assured, EMME Hall is our guest tonight. We're going to be talking about rally racing, driving, car journalism, car reviews. She just that electric Audi thing. I only saw the pictures, and here, let me just.
I can't wait to tell you about it.
I'm going to throw this up just so that people stay tuned. Find out the story behind this. Yep. Doesn't that look fun?
And I didn't even get electrocuted when that happened, too.
Bonus. Bonus. She didn't get electrocuted. So that's what's going on. Mrs. Ryan's here. It is, I got this part on here, Thursday, May 19th, 2022. We're going to call it Tradecraft Thursday because you get your sticky vape there.
Great.
From our friends at Tradecraft.
Thanks.
It's an upper. It's the, I'll tell you right now what it is. Tell you right now what it is. It's a G13 Haze. The mood is open and aware. How do you feel?
Open and aware.
Nailed it. I mean, that's good stuff. Feel free to hit that as often as you want during the show. It is 90.6% THC, which just sounds astronomically high to me. But yet I see you do it, and then you don't get all wacky like you would think somebody would. So it's obviously not too much for you.
It's not for me. My tolerance is the same, but it's really pure, so it doesn't affect systems that are bogged down with toxins.
Oh. Because there's no ancillary extra stuff in there that because it's been isolated, it's been rendered.
There's nothing bad to attach.
The contaminants have been filtered. Filtered is the word, right?
Filtered. Yeah.
It's been processed in some way. It's been strained. It's been colandated. Colandated. Well, there's nothing on the card, so I have to make words up. You understand? The hellos I have are just that Sean Lee will be here, and if you're confused about the what and why there's two guests tonight, if you were with us on Tuesday, Sean Lee was supposed to be here. He was going to bring the new Z. He had it with him. It was like it's Z week. It was really exciting. It all seemed like it would work out great. He of course was on a canyon run before the show, and whatever, flat tire or something. He sent me a picture. The room was all concocted. They were stuck up there. So that's where he was. But he felt really bad, and he really wanted to come in. So I'm telling you for a third time what's going on here. I've told EMME, I've told Instagram, I think I told the stand-up part, and now I'm telling you from the desk. Mrs. Ryan's here. How are you feeling with the MS and stuff?
I mean, I felt like I normally did until about a half hour ago, and then it took a dive.
What happened?
I don't know. My legs stopped working, but nothing out of the ordinary.
I don't know about
was
that.
Done.
I don't know about that. Well, I'm just trying to think. A couple hours ago, you had like some cake and some sweets and some like sugary things that may or may not be good for the MS. I'm trying to see if 2 hours later you took a dive. Like, well, that might make sense, right? Like a sugar crash on top of.
That could be part of it. I mean, digestion of anything slows me down, but I did a lot this morning.
But don't they? Theoretically, isn't like sweet stuff bad for the MS because of the
yes,
but
it's
inflammation?
It's bad. But we also have no appetite, so it's.
You need the calories
you
somehow.
Need the calories. I would eat all day if I ate healthy food, and that's not.
That's true because we'll buy chicken breasts and stuff, but it's not like you eat it.
I can't.
You eat like one big meal a day. One small meal and
I
sometimes
can't
earlier.
stand anymore, so grazing is out, and I used to do that all the time.
Well, don't say that because people are here. We could make you plates throughout the day. I mean, don't make that the problem.
For me, yes, and I don't ask because you do so much, and it's like
Here we go. Here comes the halo.
you're here. Like, I don't want you to have to do anything, but it's like so much to ask anyone to do anything and help of what.
Yeah, I
Here,
know.
live
but
my
when it
life.
comes to, hey, you know what? I want some food. I think maybe that can go to the top of the
Hey,
list.
do you want to make me food to graze on for all day, every day?
We'll
Like,
come up with a system. That's what we do. Look, we didn't think we'd be. Look at us 10 years ago for sure, but even 5 years ago and go like, oh, yeah, by the way, in a couple of years, your life's going to be like this. We would have been like, I don't think you're right about that. We couldn't handle that. There's no way we'd be able to do that, so you must be wrong. And here we are. We handle it every day. I talked to an old friend last night, Sean Bishop, the one we built the time machine with and the Ghostbusters car with and stuff. He's going to do the show soon. Actually, he may do it with Pauly Shore because he wrote that
Fun.
movie that was the #1 downloaded movie on Netflix last year, the Guest House. He ended up writing that. And Sam
Sean wrote
Macaroni
that?
directed. Yes, exactly. So anyway, whatever. On and on and on. Anyway, what the shit was I saying before that? Wow, too deep, too deep. Well, where do we start? Emmy, help me.
About
phone
10
call.
years ago, you didn't think you would.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
The fact that I remember that is pretty amazing as well. But now I want to hear what?
Well, here comes the major disappointment. I probably wasn't even going anywhere. I was just ramble. Seems like he's going to say something prolific. Not. I don't know, but we never would have, we would not have believed that we would be handling the things that we do today. And Sean was like, oh, man, there we go. Sean, somebody who doesn't know our life now, couldn't believe some of the things that, we kind of have to deal with on a daily basis. When I say kind of, I mean the way we live 100% of the time, 24/7. And he was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. The fact that you have to deal with it." He's all taking it in for the first time, all in one wave, and it really sort of made me see it through other people's eyes for the first time. And it was like, "All right, I guess that's your perspective, but ours is, we're just doing it." So I think the fact that you're here doing it with the people, I mean, that's amazing, and just the fact that you do get up every day, and the fact that you do get dressed every day, whether you're going someplace or not, all that stuff. I think. How do you feel success? What makes you feel good about yourself? I know this is deep. What makes you feel good about yourself? Like having completed the day, and you go, "Oh, I'm going to sleep tonight." And I'm going to go, "Okay, I can go to bed knowing that I accomplished that, or that I was this, or that you know what I mean." How do you feel fulfilled at the end of your day these days?
being able to be of solace to someone that needs it. That's so needed, and it's so rare. So I love that I have an excuse to offer that.
It's beautiful. Do you think that you probably are way more successful at that than you might realize?
I hope.
Like, you're probably touching people all the time that you don't even know, through Instagram posts, through this show, through talking to people at Breakfast Club or wherever we are.
I hope.
We'll put a pin in that then, I guess.
I want to. I'm not good at interacting with people. I'm still figuring that out. My timing is ridiculous, so I'm cautious. But
All right. Well, just keep in mind, you're probably doing really good stuff just by
Thanks.
being you.
thanks.
So maybe take some of the pressure off. I feel like you put a lot of pressure on yourself. We all do, but I feel like you really do.
I do, but it's normal for me to do that. So
Oh, no, it's old normal. There's a whole new normal. Haven't you heard?
yeah,
Everybody's doing a whole new normal.
What I know, so I need to step outside more. I'm
Fair
working on it.
The good news is Sean Lee has just arrived and is looking for parking.
Great.
With that, we should probably get our our actual featured guest in here, because I don't have shit to talk about. There's nothing on the card. Got to do the commercials, which means that it is time for me to tell you that the rumor is, they say, all which separates men and boys is the coverage for their toys. What types of toys are we talking about today, Nicole?
Collector cars and businesses and homes and stuff.
What's that?
Collector cars. Collector cars and businesses.
That's right. All those things. That's
Oh.
right. Obviously, we talk about collector cars here a lot because we talk about cars here a lot, and a lot of our viewers have collections of cars. But gosh, if you think about what has to house those cars, your garages, your home, your business that supports the collection, not just cars, other things that are collectible, anything of value, whatever requires insurance. Let's start there. St. Clair Insurance is licensed in most states and shops top providers so you get the best coverage for your toys. We talk about Haggerty a lot on this show just because, I don't know, I guess Haggerty is pretty big in the car business these days. But they do shop all of the top providers, so you don't have to just be shopping for Haggerty. Some people don't want Haggerty. Some people don't have a car that qualifies for Haggerty.
If you don't have a car, there's a totally
That's
different
right. You might want to
menu.
insure your jet ski or your bulldozer
You
or
never
your helicopter.
know. You
your
never
weed
know
whacker.
what's available.
If you got a ride-on lawnmower, for sure. Leaf blower, snow blower, any kind of blower, really.
Yeah.
If you have some sort of limited edition hair dryer, I can't imagine that sort of thing exists, but maybe it was Elvis's hair dryer. Oh, that's probably valuable. You want to insure that sucker.
Probably valuable. I'm sure my groomer friends know.
Oh, we're working on that, by the way. We're going to get your haircut on the show. Nicole, Mrs. I don't know what to call you these days. I mean, the character was Mrs. Ryan forever, but you are yourself. I mean, you are your own person again. We're trying to get you out of your shell anyway. And so I don't know, what do you want your name to be? You could be anything you want.
Nicole's fine.
You could have said Frankenstein. You could have said Madison, like from Splash.
I know, but I'll forget it. Like, I just know
Hi, I'm
this
Tom.
one. Bad enough.
Forgetful Lucy.
It's my grandmother.
Oh, that's right. That's right. All right. If you want to check out the wonderful coverage over at St. Clair Insurance, like we highly recommend you do, simply go to www.coverageforyourtoys.com, coverageforyourtoys.com,
Coverageforyourtoys.com.
and tell Jeff St. Clair that Nicole says hello because...
I can't. Always.
All right, now it's time to talk about our buddy Taylor over at Series 1 Films. This episode has been brought to you in part by Series 1 Films. Series 1 Films helps automotive brands create engaging cinematic content for social media and advertising to grab and hold your ideal customer's attention. Check them out at series1films.com, series1films.com,
Series1films.com.
and that one is a number one. Now that that's out of the way, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention our friends at Auto Kennel. Shop smart, better call Paul, as well as our family over at TLG. Get your Porsche some TLC. Come on home to TLG. TLG, come on home. Say hi to Marco. Marco, by the way, is very busy. If he wasn't busy enough before, he is now the chief, what do you call that? The pit crew chief for the Burt Kreischer, Tom Segura racing team.
I mean,
The Two Bears racing team. Thanks to Matt and the Smoking Tire, somehow they all just kind of, I think a joke became a funny idea, became a bit, became, wow, they are legitimately putting money into an actual racing team. Did you hear about this? It's ridiculous.
Really cool. It's a neat collab that I didn't think would happen.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
Interested to see what's going to happen.
It's going to be awesome. Those guys are hilarious. Let's see. Producer Mike, what's going on? Is there anything going on Instagram that we should talk about before we get our guest in here?
Oh, it's a show within a show, my friend. It's going very, very well.
As long as you're hosting the other show, we're fine.
It's not so much me. Producer Ariel is holding court, and many
good.
people are buying badges, and a lot of love and support for the show. And that moment where you two were talking about, where you talked about the Halo moment, the consensus is, of course, you both are fucking amazing. So there you go.
Well, people don't know what they're talking about. That's nothing new in that. Thank you. If anybody doesn't know, producer Ariel is actually sitting while we do this show. All the other late night shows do their tapings as well. So like Reggie is over at James Corden right now while we're doing this. Ariel works for ABC, and she is the whatever specialist for COVID or whatever the heck. But she sits at Kimmel during his show. So she's here sitting in the Kimmel studio running our Instagram. And then we've got Canadian Mike up in Canada running the chat as well as helping us run this show and everything all at the same time.
On location from the Letterman podcast studio, actually. Yeah.
literally. So everything is just kind of all over the place. So the fact that I don't have a blue card, I don't even care. Sean Lee has been looking for parking for a while. We'll figure that out. I don't know. We're going to take a quick break while you listen to these brief but very entertaining words from Oh So Delicious Hot Sauce. The hot sauce, Mrs. Ryan.
Made by bears.
Made by bears.
Oh, so delicious. It's a hot sauce made by bears. Garlic and serrano mixed with love and care. You can put it on your eggs, pour it on your rice. It's great on a leg, it's better on a slice. It's oh so delicious. It's a hot sauce made by bears. Oh, so delicious hot sauce. Great on everything except oatmeal.
Get your bottle today at osodelicious.org. $1 from every bottle sold goes to the National Military Family Association.
I'm Johnny Lieberman, and you're watching LMP. What does LMP stand for?
Late Night Place.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I've been on there. Yeah, it's a good show. You should like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
No, but I love that.
There you go.
What are you driving today? 63 356B.
Hey, 111.
What are you driving today?
Here we go.
Oh, this is fun, David.
Thumbs up for sure. This just proves that you don't have to go fast to have fun.
You don't have to go fast. Can you see my smile already?
Okay, I'm impressed.
You don't need to stick it. He's already got it. My car's gonna feel slow as balls after this. I'll tell you that. Pedal down. Yeah, baby.
I mean, I have a really loud voice, though, so sometimes I don't need a microphone.
That's true. I'll turn you down a little bit. That's a really good point.
Yeah, I'm very, very loud.
And don't worry about that.
Yeah.
That looks
How about
good.
now? Today for breakfast, I had 6 Diet Dr. Peppers. Does that work?
This woman's tested microphone equipment. She knows what she's doing.
Gotta do the old breakfast check, man.
All right. I'm excited. You were the guest that was booked today. You showed up on
I know,
time.
on
Hi,
time,
Emmy Hall.
almost even early, which is pretty amazing.
I'm so excited to see you. Just for everybody else, we first met at I don't even know if you remember this.
Yeah,
but,
it's Smoking Tire.
Oh, you do? Okay,
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
I was filling in for Zach one day, and both Lynn Woodward and you guys, you were both. Did you both do Rebel Rally together?
Yeah, no, not together. We haven't been teammates before. So
But you were both on it and talking about it.
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And they were just both super cool. And Lynn, we kept in touch with. I think she came up to Breakfast Club or something. And you kind
I
of just
know.
Instagram back and forth. And you were like, "I'd love to do it." And I was like, "Please come on out."
Yay! And now here I am, and like, oh, dreams come true. we have visualized it, and now we are here making it happen.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I know. And any second, Sean Lee's going to crash the whole thing
I'm so excited for this
for his
elusive
Tuesday
Sean Lee.
appearance.
Wait, the door just opened. I just saw sunlight.
Oh, this could be. Is
wait,
it really
is he
happening?
here? Is it here?
It might be happening.
Is it Sean Lee? And he brought a dog. Are you
Is
kidding
Pon
me?
here? Hi, Pon. Hi, buddy. Come on in.
Made it.
I'm sure
Hi,
you're
buddy.
lovely, but your dog.
He loves people. He loves people.
Do you want a minute to restroom up and do the thing, or do you want to just have a seat?
I can just have a seat for now.
All right.
Okay.
Well, you make yourself comfortable. There's a water there for you.
I'll put a bunch of stuff for you guys. We'll go through that later.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. Even better.
Oh yeah, you're
And
better.
then the only thing is we'll just maybe, okay, if you're going to hang on to him, great. Otherwise, I'll shut the green room door where the cat is probably hiding.
Cute that you have a cat too? Oh my god, I didn't.
22-year-old kitty cat.
Oh, I gotta say hi to that cat before I leave.
Fine.
Hi, I'm Emmy.
Sean.
Sean, nice to meet you.
Pull your mic up when you're ready. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. So it's a party show.
That's awesome. It's always a party show.
Party show with dogs. Party show with cats. I love it.
You missed nothing. There was nothing on the cards, so we just had some heart-to-heart conversation in the beginning. We're sorry you weren't here on Tuesday. I had my Pure shirt on Tuesday. Is what
Sorry,
it is.
man. It was
Was it you who hit the rock, or was it somebody else?
It was a good friend. So on the way up, he hit a rock, but we finished a loop. When we get down from the loop, I don't see him. He's one of my best friends. I ask the guy who's actually driving with us. Where's the silver Porsche? What happened to it? Oh, he hit a rock. He pulled over by the side of the road. So if you're in the canyon, you know, you're pretty deep in the canyon. You have flat tire, and there's no reception.
No.
And he didn't have a spare or anything?
No, he doesn't. No. It was pretty bad hit. So the whole tire wall was ripped into pieces.
But the rim would look cracked too, wasn't it?
The rim
Well,
was
yeah, but
cracked.
don't you have a spare tire on a wheel?
No, he doesn't. He's a 911, so
Oh.
it comes with
Oh
that.
yeah, you would have his. Of course. She's like, no, they're generally mounted on the rim. I was like,
Is that how that works?
911 comes with just a bottle of the goo, and so
got it.
so
Okay.
it's a fix it flat. So
Yeah. I mean, I've had those. I once got a flat tire on a run flat in a BMW, and I'm like, that was the biggest pain in the ass ever trying to get that thing fixed.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it was terrible. It was terrible. I was
What
like,
kind of BMW was it?
I don't know, some like
Aw.
one of those weird GT.
Oh, like a newer one.
Yeah. It was a
Grand
new one.
Sport.
Yeah, the GT something. They only had them for a while. Yeah, like the coupe over, not really a coupe.
That was the
it was
worst
a
looking
terrible.
BMW
It was a
ever made.
terrible,
That
terrible
was
thing.
really
yeah.
not a good looking car.
No, it was awful.
It was the 5 Gran Turismo or something like that.
Oh
5
yeah, I
Series
remember that
Grand
car.
Yeah,
It looks like
Grand
an
Tur-
SUV, but it
But
has
it's not
yeah,
really.
Bubble.
Yeah. ugh.
There's a lot of cars doing a version of that now that are kind of acceptable. That one was just not attractive.
Yeah. No.
You put one corner of it's out of its misery.
It was bad. Yeah, but it was like a 3-day fix, and I was like, if I had a spare tire, I could fix this in 15 minutes. But instead, it takes me 3 days.
Was it because of the rim or just the run flat itself?
It was because it was all-wheel drive, so I had to get a specific tire. Like I couldn't just move stuff around, so I had to get a specific tire, and it had to be ordered. So I couldn't just go to America's Tire or whatever and get that. And then I was in a canyon up in Northern California, and it was I think Saturday late afternoon. So I had to get towed out to a BMW dealership, and then nothing was open on Sunday, so then I couldn't get it fixed until Monday. I mean, it was just stupid, and I'm like, I literally could change this tire in 10 minutes if you would just give me a tire. And I couldn't do a fix-it-flat thing because I had gouged the inside. It would just rip the sidewall out because I hit a pothole really bad. Yeah. So anyway.
Good grief.
I know.
Well, tires must be a thing. I mean, you do actual off-road rallies. When
Yeah.
we talk about rallies like Paul Kennel and us, we're doing the Targa California and stuff like that. I mean, you're genuinely in off-road vehicles in places far from civilization.
Yeah.
What happens then when you blow a tire?
So you have to obviously change it yourself. I am far from a mechanic. So I like the person. My ideal co-driver is a 90-pound Volkswagen mechanic. That's what I want. So if there are any 90-pound Volkswagen mechanics out there.
Lightweight for race readiness.
Yeah.
Because he's got to ride with.
Exactly. So I want a 13-year-old Volkswagen mechanic that can ride right seat with me. Because something happens to the car, and if I've had that problem before, then I can probably diagnose it. But if it's a new thing, I'm like, oh, So but the last race I did, there was we call them golf carts, but they're UTVs, side by sides, but they're just souped up golf carts.
Yeah.
Anyway, and I was not having a good race, and I was kind of in my head, and I didn't really want to pass, but that car was in a slower class than me, and I was like, I have to actually pass this person. So we had this push to pass button thing. So I press the push to pass, and that sends a signal to the car in front that says hey, there's someone behind you. Yeah.
We want that in real. I want that in everyday.
No, it's It's great. It's great. And then they send a signal back that says
intentions to someone.
Yeah, and then they push a
pretty
button
cool.
that sends a signal back to you that says
It's usually
okay,
just a
we know
middle
you're there.
finger emoji, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, but what happened was I was close like this, and we sent the push to pass, and honestly, to be honest with you, I don't know if they ever accepted the pass or not. I really don't know, but I do know that
Emmy's on the move.
that the driver just hard brake checked me, and I went whoop, and I drove over my passenger front, went over her driver rear.
Yeah.
And then swung me around 90 degrees. And then I'm just sitting in this long stretch, which I know the trophy trucks are coming, and they're going to be coming at 100 miles an hour. And I'm like, I am going to die today. So it was just a matter of trying to get up the course and slow people down while the co-drivers are trying to MacGyver this thing out. Yeah, we were tangled up for probably 45 minutes. Wow. Yeah.
Holy crap. And then the driver becomes the flag man for the fix-it team out there.
Exactly. Because I'm not going to add anything to this. I don't know. Physics is how you're going to solve this problem. Literally, I don't know. And the one thing that I can do is help them do their job, and that's by slowing cars down so that they don't die.
I'm serious.
That. I'm that's what I can do in this situation. So, But yeah, we got tangled out. And I think what we did was we had to basically deflate the tire, get it off of the bead.
Sure.
And then kind of like jack up the rear and then move it over, jack up the rear, move it over. So they were like jacking it up and then having it fall off the jack to get it so that it was a little bit more parallel. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was nuts. It was nuts.
We were talking just before the show, and like, say the whole wheel comes off. You've seen them do what? to
Oh yeah,
rig
so
it?
you attach a log or something just to keep your car up, and then just like drag that log for however long. I've seen people finish races in reverse.
We saw a guy go down the crest in a Porsche 911 in reverse the other day because his transmission went out halfway up to Breakfast Club, and he had another one going down the right way, behind him. But it was two 911s going down forward and backward.
Really?
Yeah, classic 911s.
That's
It's
amazing.
hilarious.
Oh my God, I
the
love
video on Instagram is quite funny.
Yeah, I've seen.
But the log I would love to see because they
Yeah.
did something like that on Top Gear or something once. But we were talking about the old leaf spring suspension. That's kind of almost sort of how they were built, designed. So if you had something in there just to keep the chassis off the ground, theoretically, and it's not a drive wheel, your drive wheels are pulling you along.
Yeah, or you just have, an open diff or whatever. So even if it is a rear wheel, it's just going to throw all the power to the one that actually is working.
Right.
So,
Gosh.
yeah.
Oh man, I still don't want to be the guy that has to attach a log to my car to get to the finish line.
I know, but like you got to do what you got to do, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, unfortunately, like most of my mishaps have not been we have to attach a log to our car. Most of my stuff have been things where it's like, okay, we blew up the transmission. Like you're not going to go anywhere,
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
I don't want to be the
catastrophic.
guy that
Yeah, I've
attaches
done
the
that,
log
I've
to
done
his car.
Something going on up there? You guys okay in Canada?
I was just writing down the quote. I don't want to be the guy that attaches a log to my car.
Oh, okay. But did we hear that somehow up there in Canada? We heard it here.
I was muted.
Look at his face. The look of panic on his face.
Can you hear me?
I didn't mean to.
Can you hear me right now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you
Yes,
hear
we
me?
can.
Can you hear me? Really?
Yes.
God damn it.
So he thought he was on mute. So I was right. We did hear
You're
it.
on mute right now, God damn it. Look.
Let me tell you something. You're not coming through your good mic there. You're coming through something else. There's some sort of room mic that we're This is great.
I'm fucking
Everybody's here for the
sorry.
rehearsal.
Oh, wait, there
I
we
love
go.
it.
There we go.
Hilarious.
Okay, now he's silent.
All right.
Sorry, guys.
No, he's still there. There he is. I'm going to mute you from here. How's that? I don't want to do that, though, because if you want to chime in, I want you to. But just be quiet in the meantime. How's that? But he's got all right, whatever. I can't produce two countries at once. You both have had some interesting new mark car experiences lately. You in the Audi and you in the Z. I want to talk about both,
Yes.
but I have pictures of the Audi. So can we start there?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to do the one we teased with
Okay.
before, which is, look at that shot. What is this car,
So-
and who's driving?
Okay, so I am driving. That is Audi's Dakar vehicle, which is, I don't want to say it's electric, but it is powered by electricity. Or it is motivated by electricity. Let me put it that way. So they have I'm pretty sure it's the 2-liter 4-banger turbo. And that basically acts as a generator. So they can fill it up with gas. And that then goes through engineering magic, and then that will charge up the battery, and then what actually powers the vehicle are electric motors. So because those stages are so long, you can't charge a battery. It's just you're never going to be competitive. So the way they solved that was, well, yeah, but we can dump 50 gallons of fuel in 10 seconds.
Sure.
So it's really, 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 really complex. But the
Again, it's kinda
motivational
Top
power,
Gear.
yeah.
This makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I don't know if it's practical in everyday use.
no, it's not practical in there. I mean, but it's like the old Chevy Volt.
Right.
Right, that's all
true.
it is a souped up Chevy Volt. Which, sorry, Audi.
Sorry,
that's not
Audi.
what it means. There was a lot more than
You
that.
heard it here first, folks.
Yeah. Except the Volt, I think, was also a hybrid where at times it was actually using the gas motor.
Yes.
This never uses the gas motor, and what it does, or the gas engine,
It's solely electric motivated.
motor engine. It's like interchangeable, but not.
Would that be gasoline motivated assist?
I don't know. But while we're driving this thing, the co-driver was like, okay, well, I'm going to turn on the engine so you can hear how that runs while it's charging the battery. And I'm like, okay. And he turns it on, and it's just like it's not connected to your foot, right? Like you think it's going to be connected. It's not at all. It's just like a standard RPM at like 5,500 or 6,000 RPM or something like that. So right away I'm like, turn that shit off. That is a terrible sound.
It's not
terrible.
like it's not. It doesn't idle.
No, it doesn't idle. So you could be like slowing for a turn or something and like lifting, and it's still like. But then you have like the sound of the electric motors that are kind of like coming into the cabin a little bit, so you can kind of judge off of that, but like not really. So it was a weird experience. And
I kind of like the sound of some of those electric corners,
me
like
too.
the Porsche race cars and stuff.
Me too. I think
dig
it
that.
looks really. I think it sounds really, really good. But on this one, they. So you can have regen in this vehicle, but they had turned it off for us, which I was actually looking forward to seeing how regen would work where you're really getting it in the dirt. Because my previous experience with electric in the dirt has just been the Rivian R1T, which is like, it's great, but we're not out there like racing it. We're out there on a on a navigational rally where we're like really trying to take care of the truck. This, I knew we could go a little bit faster and we could have a little bit of fun, and because
it's built to take it.
Yeah, exactly. And because they didn't have any regen on, it was like, well, I guess I'll just left foot brake again. Like this is just like driving a normal. Because I didn't.
So you
could
fling it around a little more, hot rod it a little.
Yeah, and I had never driven a vehicle with so much travel. Like all of my desert race cars have been like 9 inches of travel or like 8 inches of travel.
What did you have when you went up and over that wheel? Because unless you launched, you must have had some sort of travel when you went up and over that.
No, I just drove over that.
Oh, that must have been scary.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. Okay, so go ahead.
Yeah.
Travel.
Yeah, so, and this one, it's, I don't know, like 18, 20 inches of travel, something like that. So, and it's real soft because it's for off-road. So there was so much body roll, and like that was interesting to get used to, like knowing like, okay, where can I start applying the throttle to get it to turn more
rotate,
in the turns without like upsetting the car because it's already like, so it took me, a couple of laps to get that. And I only got 3 laps. I flew all the way to Sardinia. We flew to Sardinia and I got a sight lap, 3 hot laps, and an out lap.
Well, they don't want you to get good at it yet.
And there was a jump and they didn't let us take it.
What's going on inside here? Is there anything you can tell us about with all this?
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of buttons, a lot of screen
There's
buttons.
a lot of buttons. So the top thing is you can see your drive. It tells you what gear you're in, and basically you have neutral, reverse, and forward.
Right.
That's all you have. And then there's information about tire pressures, battery state, all of that kind of stuff. And then at the bottom, those are all basically buttons for the co-driver. So it'll be like. Turn like comms. They have an air conditioning system, so getting the AC on. I can't remember what all is there. Lights, things like that.
Is it remotely comfortable? I mean, the soft suspension probably helps a little bit.
I drove it for 3 laps, dude. Like on an
it's not
autocross
enough.
course,
You couldn't even
like a rallycross course. There were no rocks. There was nothing. There were no whoops. It was.
They carpeted it for you.
It was very. I mean, the driving was not difficult. Let's put it that way. I didn't look at anything and go, "You're out of your mind." I'm not doing that. No, there was nothing like that.
But this thing is already competitive, or it will be competitive?
It is already competitive. So they raced in the Dakar this past year. They had 3 teams of like not crappy drivers. They had Stefan Petterhensel, who is like Mr. Dakar, and his regular navigator.
Mr. Dick Dakar? Is that
Mr.
that's what he
Dakar.
prefers?
Mr. Dakar.
Oh,
Dakar. He's won like 14 times or something. And then Carlos Sainz. And I should know their navigator's name because navigators win or lose rallies. And of course I don't because I'm a terrible person. And then the Swedish team. But the Swedish team, I do know the navigator because he was the one that showed up because the driver had a family emergency and he couldn't show up. So Emil Berkovist was their the navigator for that team. And at the end, out of those 3 teams, somebody won a stage. I think it was Carlos Sainz won a stage. But Emil and his driver, they came in best with a top 10 finish.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was the first time they'd ever run that car, and they built the car in like 10 months or something. I mean, it was a very, very accelerated timeline.
This is all impressive.
Isn't that cool?
I mean, I love stuff like this. I love where you have to kind of think on the fly and
Oh yeah,
and fix it a little bit. I kind of dig it.
And they're
I love winging it.
Their engineers were just like, we just decided to go for it, so we built it in 10 months. I'm like, oh my god,
that's amazing.
And then they built 3 of them.
Good grief.
Yeah.
And do you? You can't really tell from the thing, but logically, it seems like that could be the future for electric racing.
Yeah,
Like
you
that-
either have to do something like that, or you have to have swappable batteries.
Right.
So there's actually a grassroots team, that does King of the Hammers, and they've done it now in an
Serious business.
electric vehicle. It's an old shitbox 4Runner that they have made into an electric vehicle. I think they used a Nissan Leaf.
You want to be up here on the desk, Pon Pon?
Nope.
Oh.
Let me just lay on the pad. You guys.
Okay.
I think it was a Leaf motor and batteries the first year they did it. Anyway, but it's all electric that they've done on their own. They have figured out a swappable battery system where they have, because those batteries are super heavy, right?
Right.
So they have them like on this zip line. So the truck backs up to the trailer, and then they have like people taking out these batteries, and then they have these.
Oh, the other one flies in.
They have another one that flies in, and it like locks into this little like locking inning
Just
thing.
paraglides in.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
into
yeah.
the...
And then it's all like one plug, and they can swap out 2 batteries in like, I think they did it in like 10 or 12 minutes.
Because it's just a harness, right?
Yeah. They just have
Plug it
everything
in,
wind up to the
unplug it.
harness. Yeah. So that team is led by Kyle Seglin, and their stuff it's really cool.
Is that legal? Like, how do the rules factor in here? Because, like, you're allowed to add fuel, change fuel, but sometimes you're not allowed to add certain parts or certain components.
Yeah. I mean, for King of the Hammers, they were obviously a class of 1.
Right.
But coming up this next year, which will be in end of January, early February, they are doing a spec EV class, and they're going to have 10 racers.
Ooh.
And basically, they're just giving them the motor and the battery. I'm assuming they're giving them the batteries too, and saying, build it.
Okay, power plant and
Power plant and batteries, but then you can build anything
love
else
it.
around that. Yeah, so I'm super excited about that.
what people are going to do is going to be crazy.
Yeah. And they've got like great off-road teams that are in that. So Kyle and his team are doing it. Bailey Campbell and her team, like they've been, her family is really big into King of the Hammers, and they've won and podium like many, many, many times. So they're going to have 10 teams for that. So I'm just like, what? It's amazing.
I can't wait. When is that?
End of January, early February.
And
I'm going to be racing too.
What?
In that.
Now I really want to go.
Yes.
Come on, tell me.
Yes. So, well, I don't know.
Oh, you can't
Maybe
say
I'm
yet?
not supposed to talk about it.
Stay tuned on that. Put
Yeah,
a pin
I
in
might
it.
be.
Put another pin in it.
Oops. Emmy likes to talk.
That's hilarious. Oh, Pon Pon, it's so nice to see you. So
Look at that little-
Sean had a dog that for years and years, Bobo, that was as famous as he is, and Bobo's been here on the show, and this is the first time Pon Pon's been on the show.
Only yesterday he just turned 5 months.
5 months?
Yeah.
But you got him right away.
Yeah. So I got my 8 weeks. So I only had him for 2 months. Wow. 3 months now.
He's so cute, and he's a Labradoodle?
No, he's actually just a poodle.
Oh, poodle. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Is he not a standard?
No.
No,
He's
little
gonna
tiny
be
guy.
massive, just about the same size as Bobo.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is,
He's so cute.
I know. I'm dying.
He's just
This
digging in there.
makes my dovaries go crazy.
so Bobo passed away because old age, right? So I used to, every time we do charity delivery, Bobo's always there with me.
Yes.
So there was this actually a lady that she runs. She used to suffer autism, so she runs a agency called OC Autism.
I don't know what that is.
So she specializes in helping.
I want you to be comfortable here, so here you
Pom Pom. So she runs that place, and she help underprivileged family that actually has kids that suffer autism.
Yeah.
And and I don't know that she actually breeds poodle and give it away.
Wow.
So when I deliver toys and school supplies, and to them, of course, she asks, "Where's Bobo?"
Bobo?
Yeah, and she goes, I told her Bobo passed away, and she goes, "Come to my house next week." And there's like 10 poodles running around, and he was one of them. Keep on running to me, and that's when she says, "You gotta have another dog here."
Oh, that's so nice.
So
She just gave him to you.
yeah, she just says, "I need a dog in my life."
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Oh man.
He's a very, very people person. He just wants
He's so
to be around
great.
people.
You
Yes,
can have
he
so
is.
many adventures with this dog.
Yeah. The last dog.
Bobo was, but Bobo's Instagram is still up. I still follow it.
Yeah.
He was quite a traveler. Pon Pon's going to travel too.
He's already did a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did Pon Pon ride in the new Z?
Yes.
Should we talk about the new Z?
Sure.
Other than somebody else's incident, not in the new Z, as it turns out. How was the car?
The cars actually excellent cars. I'm saying from a very biased point, not because I'm close to Nissan, right? And a lot of people compare it to Supra. Supra is very digital. It's more like the modern GT3. They're fast, they're great car. They're just very digital. But this car was built on an older 370Z platform. They reinforced the chassis, and it's 80% brand new. Everything else on the car is brand new. It's got a brand new twin turbo engines. The first time being put in a Z. Puts out 400 horsepower, 350 foot-pound of torque, 0 to 60 right around about 4 seconds. Respectful. I mean, it's really, really good numbers. And
Yeah, and you haven't even gotten to the price yet.
yeah, $39,000 to start.
Starts
it
at 40
undercuts
grand.
the Supra by
Supra
quite a lot, right?
By $16,000.
Holy crap!
It's not even, it's not even
Toyota's like-
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even funny.
So here's the thing. So the Toyota car, I own a Supra too, and I was actually helping before the Supra. We talked Toyota quite often before the Supra was launched, and oh, you got something about Supra? You don't like it? It's not from me. It's not from me. It's him. So so the car is very digital. It's electronic suspensions, and it's also got a automatic transmission. So the Z actually offers automatic transmission at no extra charge. That's why it's crazy. Yeah, $39,000. You want to opt for the
It should at least be a $1,000 option. That's hilarious.
I know.
yeah, and they offer at the same price. Standard was actually a 6-speed transmissions, and automatic transmission they sourced from Mercedes, a Genco transmissions,
Like a
Really?
9-speed?
the 9-speed.
That's a
That's
great transmission.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
For free.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, you want the stick
I mean, no,
in
you
that
want
car,
the
though.
stick, absolutely. But if for some reason you don't have the use of both your legs, then like that's fine.
Oh.
That's the only way that you can get an automatic. In my book, that's the only way that you can get an automatic is if you don't have the use of both your legs.
The automatic tuner actually really, really good. I mean, I was surprised how good the automatic handles on the track. They actually gave us the press card, and we went on a racetrack, and then we spent about 7 to 8 hours in the car.
And
You
guys
went
were
to
in
Vegas, right?
We're in Vegas, yeah.
Jinx. Yeah, I have not driven it, and I didn't go on that trip, but I read so many people's reviews, and everyone's like, "This thing is the shit." Like everybody really, really loves it
For the
so-
drive.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I haven't
excited.
driven it either, but just looks wise, it was getting a lot of controversy from the looks, and they had a couple of them up at Breakfast Club, that kind of yellow mustardy color.
Yeah.
We thought they were I mean, unanimously, we all
Yeah,
thought they were
yeah.
beautiful. Like
Yeah.
we really loved it in person. So I don't know what the hell people are complaining about.
I don't know.
I think people will find something to complain about.
Well, I don't like the front. And
Oh,
it's
here we
not-
go.
No, but it's not even the grill. I don't like the headlights. I don't like that headlight shape at all.
I would agree. It's not
So the head
lovely,
has a
but it's a great homage to what was there. I don't know how to do it in another way because that
Yeah.
shape is what was there.
But the butt is amazing. Those taillights are great, and I want to see something with louvers. You know, there's got to be louvers
You're
on that.
nailed
building.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
The taillight's actually a remake of the 300ZX twin turbo taillights.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I'm able to work with Alfonso and Tamura-san, Hiroshi Tamura, on this particular car. It's been an amazing journey knowing that when I see on a piece of paper until to see it coming out
You've known about this for a long
for
time.
a long time.
How hard was it to not talk about it?
Very, very hard because people see picture me and them together.
Yeah.
They're gonna go like, now everybody out there knows like
Yeah.
I've been holding a secret for a long time. They're not gonna like me about that anymore. Because everybody asks me, do you know anything? No, I don't know anything.
So, did you consult with them, or like what was your job for? On that car?
I'm more like a friend of the brand.
Okay.
And being very, very close with Nissan.
You're a
Also,
friend of most brands these days, but go ahead.
but with Nissan's much closer than usual because this particular project, and able to see it from a piece of paper till now it become actually in front of you and you're able to drive it and enjoy a moment with it. It's like having a baby, and now the baby comes out and like I finally drove the car the way I want to drive it, and I finally gave it my stamp approval, just like yesterday. It was an amazing car, and imagine the Supra, you have a European powertrain, but yeah, you have a problem sourcing parts and people that are modifying it. But this car, you don't anything JDM, HKS, Greddy, or Apex, any of those brands, you can just buy stuff and bolts right in.
That's so cool.
That's awesome.
I mean, that's really that's how it was when
Yeah.
we were younger,
Yeah.
playing
Yeah.
with these
What do you
cars.
think? I'm still young.
Sorry, I mean, but when we were playing with these cars, it was like that.
Yeah, and you finally
Go to the
have
catalog, get the thing, wait for it to
Exactly.
arrive.
Yeah, you have finally
Call
have
your friends over to the garage. We're gonna put it on.
Yeah, and you
Louvers,
finally have
come
a-
on, everybody! Sunday Louvers.
Exactly. You finally have a JDM brand that actually can bolt on all the JDM parts and have fun with it and enjoy the car. And the car is very mechanical. The mechanical grip on extremely, extremely high. And throughout the whole time I was driving it, the interference from the traction control is virtually none.
With it on.
Yeah, with it on.
Oh,
on
that's
a
great.
sports,
Well, you're
on
a
a
pretty
sports
good.
mode.
You're a pretty good driver too, though. So I would
Yeah,
imagine
alright.
you can probably,
You have to
stay
go-
within the nannies.
Yeah, you have to actually really toss the car, do something really dumb to actually make the traction control interfere.
Well, I love that.
Now,
If you're
does
going to
it-
make a driver's car and then handicap it
Yeah,
with a
yeah,
bunch
yeah,
of
no,
stuff,
don't
it
do
doesn't
that.
make sense to me.
Does it have all of the like electric nannies, like
Nothing.
lane keeping assist?
Yeah, it
does
has
it doesn't.
that.
So it still so it has an electric power steering set up
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh, that's
how
a
is
bummer.
that?
So
I
I'll
think
be
everybody
honest,
does
the
nowadays,
electric
right?
part. Yeah,
Me,
the-
yeah.
Sorry.
go ahead.
No.
Let's ask a question
I
and
thought
then
that
answer it.
Subaru didn't. That maybe the WRX or the STI didn't
There
have.
might be one left.
Maybe.
One lone wolf
Yeah,
left.
yeah. Anyway,
We're keeping our 997 forever for the hydraulic.
I know
too,
that's why I'm
me
keeping
too.
the Miata for
Yep.
until I die.
I love the Miata, by the way. One drawback on this car is the electric power steering is actually a little. You could feel the bump stir, but it's a little overpowered.
Isolated.
I already wrote him a note on that, and I told him, what's the likelihood that they can change that?
I was going to ask you, is that the type of thing that it's software these days where they can kind of rewrite some ones and zeros and give us a little
So-
more feel?
Supposedly, yes, because all you have to do is actually allow more currents into the motor that actually drives the steering rack.
Now, this is interesting, because could we be getting into like a mod world where, we start adding feeling back into cars? Where like, you just change out the steering sensor motor to this upgraded one, and then all of a sudden you've got some weight back. I mean, is that kind of where we're going with? Because that could get me interested in electric cars. Currently, my argument is that I don't enjoy the driving experience. But if there was a way to like somehow take a modern car and
Right,
enjoy the modern driving
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah. So
Too deep? Sorry.
from their answers, they cannot do that right away. They
Got
just
it,
cannot
okay.
report on it right away. Yeah. I mean, but
Or
supposedly,
they're not interested in doing that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also the shifting feel is like I wish you have a little bit more weight on the shift knobs. So when it goes into gear, it feels more cleaner. Yeah, just need to add more weight into it.
Just even a weighted knob type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get like a wheel weight and,
So now we know what we're going to do. These
and
are the
zip
first
tie
things.
it onto your.
The first things we'll do to our
but
Z's
except-
when we get them.
Right, but except like when you're talking about modifying in that way, like I need a computer degree. I don't know anything about computers. I can barely use my phone.
But I can screw a weighted knob on there like
Well,
the
yeah,
best
I mean,
of
I
no
can't.
problem.
You're right,
I
I
got
can
it.
do
I
that.
got
I
that.
can do
I just did it actually.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's very mechanical. The mechanical grips is really, really high up there.
What
compared to
tires
Supra.
are on it?
Oh, that's horrible.
What are they? Are they all seasons? Do they come with all seasons?
It's a Trevor.
Probably.
It's a Trevor 340 tires. That's another thing I mentioned that they need to take it out. But the problem is most people buys the $39,000 car. You're gonna change out the rim, wheels and tires and suspension anyway.
Yeah. So
probably.
you might as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that's what, definitely like in the off-road world, people are like, I don't like those tires. I'm like, look, use those tires until they die, and then get yourself something else that you want.
Bless you.
You know, because you're gonna wear them out, and you're gonna even in the Z, like you're gonna go carve some canyons, and you're gonna kill
Why
your
not wear them
tires.
out learning the car?
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
you want to
yeah.
do. Go
Yeah.
find the line.
Find the line, and then you'll know when you get better tires on it that your line's gonna be further away from you.
Yeah.
Your factory tire.
It's a great way to figure out your line of improvement
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I can go faster here with these tires. That's awesome. Tires do make a difference.
That's right. Everyone knows that. Tires and
Excuse
stickers.
me, Jay.
Yes. What's up, producer Mike in Canada?
Would it be Mike? Can producer Mike ask Sean a question?
Just do it.
All right,
You're the
cool.
man.
My kid will kill me for not asking this question because I know that he would want to hear the answer. How would you compare the new Z to the GTR?
It's hard because one's a four-wheel drive platform, one's a front-engine rear-wheel drive platform, but the Z actually in the future so right now a lot of people that's in the Infiniti world, this engine actually was born in 2015, so it's been around for a while, which is a good thing because a lot of kinks has been worked out, right? And so a lot of Infiniti guys are modifying this to be with 91, they're actually running about 500 to 550 horsepower wheel. Yeah, with the flash, with the downpipe, with the exhaust. and the cars.com was 400 already. When you get to that level of horsepower, okay, if you compare two cars, GTR is heavy on handling, it's 4-wheel drive. The Z definitely is going to be much more nimble on a more twistier tracks like Strio Willow. But Big Willow, it definitely has GTR's 4-wheel drive system is still going to be,
the Z is significantly lighter than the GTR too, isn't it? About 500 pound lighter.
Yeah, but they're actually close to 170 pound heavier than a Supra.
170 pounds?
Yeah, but
no kidding.
But between the automatic Supra and automatic Z, right? So, but if you actually go for a manual and the base model Z. The base model Z is actually about 100-some pound lighter than the performance edition. There's only two: the base model and the performance edition. They call it the sports and performance. But because the performance edition comes with the leather seats, leather interior, 19-inch wheel, blah 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 blah. It adds the weight on there. So that's where the 100-pound difference comes in.
It's one of those ironic names.
Yeah. It's funny, right? Performance actually.
I mean, like call it a premium package. That would make sense.
Yeah.
Power windows, air conditioning.
There's only two packages. One above that is called a Proto. Proto, they made it in yellow, 240 cars.
Oh yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, I wanted one of those. That looked.
Yeah.
That looked.
That was cool.
Those were gone before they came out.
Yeah, they were there. So there's no point in talking about it. Yeah.
You can't have this.
Do you have one? Do you know anybody who has one, or is getting one?
No, I don't. I ordered a base model one. The only difference between base model one and the performance one, which is is the major difference is LSD. One comes with a clutch type factory LSD. In replace those 370Z's viscous LSD. Then on top of that was just cosmetic, leather interior, power seats, things like that, and a better stereo system. That where you put spare tire, they had this big ass woofer right in there.
Oh really?
Like seriously, like this big.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all the stuff I would take out, I guess, right?
Yeah, I know. Just
throw the spare tire back in there. Yeah.
So you buy a $39,000 car, and you spend about maybe $1,000 on buying either a Cusco or a Cos or always Geiken LSD, drop right in. Anything from a 370Z part number will fit under this car. Just bolts right in.
That's awesome.
That is really amazing.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, then you also have a rear end that can take. I mean, the pumpkin itself will be able to take up to 500 plus horsepower.
Yeah, that's
factory.
Rad.
I don't know, man. When you put more power, whether or not the LSD is gonna be able to hold it, I don't know.
I can't wait to see people blowing these things up because it's so easy to get so much power out of turbocharged engines these days that I can't wait to see what they're going to be making Monster Z's and stuff like the Monster Miatas. Remember in the old days?
Yeah, with the V8 stuff in there.
Cram a V8 in a roll bar and you're set.
You're like, we're gonna die today.
Shoehorn. Oh my God, I never drove one of those. Did you?
Mm-mm. I did.
You did?
If they dropped the Mustang 5.0 me.
Right, that's it.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
It's nuts. Was it nuts?
It was fun.
It's basically a Cobra, right? You're basically making a little Japanese Cobra.
Yeah. But it was a very short wheelbase though.
Right.
Think about it.
Good grief.
Yeah.
Now I want to see a Monster Miata come up to Breakfast Club. Can we talk about your Miata for a second?
Yes,
I
I'm
have pictures
happy
of
to.
that too.
I know, he's so good.
Let's see what we got here. All right, here's
so
this
that's
one.
Buddy.
Awesome.
So Buddy has.
Yeah, Buddy.
Yeah, Buddy. Buddy has whopping 27-inch tires.
Yeah.
He's got 538s in the rear, which
look at that spare tire.
brings it. There's two there. That's why. There's two in the back. Here's the thing though. If I get two flats driving a car that weighs 2,000 pounds, like I'm an idiot. Like I don't deserve to be driving that. But it looks really good.
It looks awesome.
But yeah, so there's a company called.
And having a little weight over the back wheels is nice, I would imagine, right?
Yeah. It's
out.
fine. But also the shocks that I have, I can't adjust the compression, and so it's constantly rubbing. And I've gone in and I've cut and I've hammered and I've done it, and I'm at a point where like I don't think I can go any further.
I was gonna say, it looks like you've cut quite a bit of material away as well.
I've cut a lot away. Well, the fronts I didn't really have to cut at all.
Just pull the fascia off, right?
The rear really needs.
Those BMW 3 Series wheel?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally a E30 wheel.
Yeah, they're little bottle cap wheels.
Cool.
So.
Or E36 maybe. That's awesome.
So it's like 10 inches of ground clearance. It's better angles than a Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. I mean, like,
amazing.
It's stupid. And it's still just rear-wheel drive with the limited slip in the back. Now, a lot of people will weld the diff, and I'm like, no, I like turning.
Lock it up. Yeah,
I
exactly.
like turning.
How much power is in it? Did you change the engine at all?
Oh, no. I mean, it's a 2001, so that was, 140 when it was new?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was 125 and then 140, right?
Yeah,
was that the bump?
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I would love to get a supercharger for it. The 538s kind of act a little bit like a low gear, so I can put it in first, and that's like my climbing gear. But it's still not a lot of power. So I would like to put a supercharger in there just to get a little bit more on the low end.
Would it then make it undrivable though? Because I'm thinking like
I don't know.
Oh yeah,
I don't
only
know.
one way to find out.
Yeah, I know. Let's take $2,000 and throw it into your car. But he's great. But his name is Buddy.
Yeah.
And Buddy is amazing, and everybody smiles when they see him. And I can't stop and get gas because I have to like spend 20 minutes talking about the car to everybody, which is pretty.
Well, that's the problem with owning a friendly-looking car. Is
Yeah.
everybody wants to talk to you about the friendly-looking car that they had when they were a kid or whatever.
Right. Or they're
Sorry,
just
yeah.
like, "What is that?" I'm like, "It's a Miata." They're like, "No, it's not." I'm like, And just how like in the 60s and 70s, and people started with the Baja Bug craze. I mean,
Sure.
I personally think that the Miata is the next Baja Bug because it's lightweight, rear-wheel drive, and there's a million of them, and parts are easy and they're easy to work on.
And reliable too.
And they're reliable, yeah.
I love that. And now that Myers-Manx is back, the
Right.
Baja Bug is going to be like unobtainium. It's going to be its
exactly.
own thing. So let's go work
Exactly.
on these. Plus, these are way more fun to drive.
Yeah, it's
Way more fun to
super
drive.
fun. And so on Buddy, I have disconnected the front and rear sway bars, and it's still fun. It's still fun. It's still like
Disconnect them or just dropped them off completely? Just took them off?
I took them all the way
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
Yeah, because then I
Save
saved
the
some weight. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so my weight savings are I took out the air conditioning, which sucks. I took off the whole soft top and everything, so it's just that bikini top.
Yeah, but that's part of the look.
I
That's
know,
part of
and,
what
and
sells
you
the
need to
package.
have a bikini top on there because it's without the air conditioning, it's just too hot to not have something.
Yep.
There's the aluminum door panels, which were in it when I bought the car.
That's one of my favorite parts.
Yeah, I know, it's really great. I would like to lose one of the spare tires and fab up something to bring a little bit extra fuel because it's only an 11-gallon tank, and with the 538s, my gas mileage is gone.
One tire and some kind of jerry can would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool. And it would look badass too. It
Yeah,
would really
and
complete
it's
it.
also like necessary.
Some sort of a pickaxe and a shovel up there as
Oh
well.
no,
I'm
no,
just,
no! Well, you've got it. You can see it in that one picture. There's the shovel and the Max Trax. See?
Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, perfect.
Oh yeah, I mean, I get stuck a lot in that stupid car.
Well, that's just it. You know, you
All
gotta be
the
practical.
time.
Gotta be
You can't-
practical.
Buddy's great in like desert stuff and a little bit of uphill rock things, like not crazy ledges, but like it can keep up with a lot of cars. But once it gets into soft sand, like you're done.
So you put huge wheels on it, but is it still the stock suspension? Even though you took
No, it's the stock arms.
Okay,
which
but you
is
have more travel
crazy.
there than.
No, I have the stock amount of travel. So.
Okay. Go on.
So in the whoops, it's pretty funny because part of the thing with the compression is that it's always scraping and then it's not very fast. People think he's super fast, and I'm like, I mean, yeah, on a flat road, sure, he's super fast, but once you get into anything that's got a little bit of camber and stuff, you got to slow way down because there's like 8 inches of travel, and honestly, most of that is like droop travel. It's not up travel. So, but here's the thing. Okay, so the race car that I drove over somebody else in.
Yeah.
Since COVID, I haven't had a chance to race it that much. And that was really something that I did with my dad. And my dad recently passed away. And when I raced that one time, that was part of the reason why I was like having a terrible race because it was like not the same.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, by the way.
Thank you. But, it was just like, do I want to keep doing this without like that part of my life? So I'm thinking about selling it. And then taking the money that I get from that and then making Buddy into an actual like real race car because he would need a full cage and I would need to delete the dash and do a couple other things.
Work on that suspension a little bit.
Yeah. So that's where I was
Potentially
going
change
with
the
this.
suspension.
So there's a company called Paco Motorsports, and that's where I got this original lift from. But he makes some extended arms, so you can get like 14 inches of travel. People put 31-inch tires on this thing.
I'm thinking that's what we need to do. This sounds so cool.
It does.
And then we'll bring them out a little bit too, and you're gonna have a whole crawler. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. The only thing is that it takes it.
And you will need that supercharger.
A little bit not a Miata anymore because it takes it to a whole different level.
Is it now? Does it still drive like a Miata with those monster tires and everything?
Yeah. It
Really?
still does. Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right.
I mean, a little softer.
I see what
sure.
I think of that.
A little
Excuse me.
softer
Excuse
and
me.
a little slower. But
that's amazing.
Yeah.
So if you're not, the whole point of the Miata is the driving characteristics. You don't
Right.
want to lose that.
Right. But I mean, so I don't know. That's kind of what I'm thinking is that, if I had, 12, 15 grand, whatever I can get out of the Volkswagen race car.
You want to billboard exactly what it is? What year is it? What's in it? Maybe you get a buyer.
Yeah, well, it's a 2-seat 1600 with a low comp motor.
Okay.
I can't remember how many races it's got on it, but fairly new ring and pinion.
What year?
Fox. I mean, it's a tube chassis, so who knows? It was built by the Fab School.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's a great little, you want to race a couple times a year type of thing. Is it like a winning car? I mean, if you're faster than me,
But if
sure,
somebody wants to get their feet wet,
yeah,
in
you
this,
want to get your feet wet. It's a great car for that. And it's a Volkswagen, so parts are expensive.
just need a 90-pound mechanic.
And you need to have a 90-pound mechanic when you're set.
And then they should just contact you through Instagram or something. Say, hey, I want to buy your car for a lot of money.
Sure, and I will say great, because then I'm going to take all of that money and put it right into Buddy.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, so we'll see. There would be
I'm sorry about your dad.
Oh, thanks.
How'd he go?
COVID, actually.
Oh, no.
I
My
know, he
grandfather
was
went
vaxxed
COVID.
and everything. And,
Oh, God.
Yeah, it was a bummer. It was a bummer.
Where did he live?
He lived in Mexico.
Oh.
Yeah, so I had to.
Everything's different there with the rules and.
Yeah, and they, I'm boosted all up with I'm Team Pfizer, and but at the time down there they just had AstraZeneca, which we didn't even get because it wasn't as good.
Right.
But that was all that was available.
Right.
So yeah, so it was just
I
like.
felt like I got that Johnson & Johnson because. Justin Bell was here and he's like, "Oh, just one, man.
Oh,
just
yeah,
go in
you're
there, just
good."
get the one." He ended up having a stroke 2 days later.
Oh
from
my
the
God,
damn
did
thing
he?
And everything else. Yeah.
Oh no.
But then of course it turns out to be like the sham vaccine.
Right.
Of course, whatever. Like, God damn it, whatever.
Yeah. So
I'm
but
sorry.
it's-
That's awful.
It was, it really sucked. But, what is great is that I got my love of cars from my dad. And he taught me a lot just about you're here on this planet for a small amount of time. And so make the best of it and have as much fun as you possibly can. Right, Pumpa? And so that's,
That was a wise fella.
Right. Yeah. So life is short, cram it.
Did it take him dying for you to get there? Because you see, I mean, when I met you,
Oh,
you
no.
already had
I've
this
been
kind
there.
of
I've
genuine
been there
joy.
for a really long time.
That's awesome.
Probably since college I've been there.
Really? That's early, isn't it? I feel like most people don't know who the fuck they are in college. Sorry for
Oh,
my
no.
language.
I mean, no, but in terms of just hey, let's have a good time and make the best out of everything.
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
I mean, did I know what I was doing? No. But,
But
in
you
terms
need
of
to follow the joy.
Yeah, life's philosophy.
Stay happy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. If more of us would do that.
But not in a cheesy way.
But a lot of people keep themselves from being from being happy. A lot of people make themselves unhappy and
I
don't
know.
even realize they're doing it.
It's crazy. And you from the outside, you're like, look at your life. Look
If
at your
you've
choices.
done the work to pull yourself out of that,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah.
absolutely, then you can see it. You, buddy, you're one of the most positive people I know. You help the community in ways more than almost anyone I know. What's happening with you? What toy drives are coming up? How can we help with the winter drive? What's happening with the Pierce Group these
Toy
days?
drive, we just locked in the date, December 10th this year.
Okay.
Yeah, so welcome everybody to come out to join us on the toy drive.
Still be City of Industry, or we don't
City
know?
of Industry.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh, that's right where my mom lives.
Really?
Yeah, she lives in Hacienda Heights. I guess I can say that.
Hacienda Heights, yeah.
What unit? What number?
She lives on. Because that's where I do my car swaps for CNET.
Oh.
Every week I come in and I swap cars for review for CNET.
They drop them off there for you?
Yeah.
I love that.
I know, it's so great. Hey, here's your new car. Don't fuck it up. So wait, okay.
I love her.
So you organize toy drives and stuff.
Yeah, so when we donated toys, I actually physically donate those toys to individual agencies
Okay.
we work with,
Okay.
all the way down to Mexico to Texas.
One of my favorite things to do in the holidays is go to the post office and get the little wish list off the tree or whatever, and you're so and so is a 5-year-old boy and he wants X, Y, and Z, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so excited to do this.
This year, come on with it. We do delivery to Compton's and Inglewood, and we've been doing it for about 10 years.
Okay, I'll bring
It's
Buddy.
the biggest I've ever seen, and
Okay.
I mean,
No.
I don't know how to describe. You've broken world records and shit.
No,
I mean,
it was
it's
just fun.
massive.
It was just fun.
Well, because you're doing it for the right reasons, but it's a big deal. I mean, the one we did a little annex of it to support his at Breakfast Club. That was we couldn't believe the turnout. We couldn't believe it.
That's awesome.
We're gonna do it again this year.
I hope you have a big van.
But this weekend does have something special. Sunday, I'm actually Grand Marshal for a Distinguished Gentleman's Ride. That's a motorcycle event that I really dress up in suits and ties and ride motorcycles.
Wow.
We got about.
And you're the Grand Marshal?
Yeah, I'm proud to be, honored to be actually named as a Grand Marshal.
Do you ride as well?
I used to race motorcycles, and in the 90s, and I stopped because
Because with age comes the cage.
No, actually, what happened?
I don't understand
Actually,
what
on Willow Spring Turn 9, it almost killed me.
Oh.
And 140 miles an hour, and it was a human tumbleweed.
Oh my god!
Broke everything. And 30 years later, I didn't get my angle fixed until recently.
Really? So was it just
whiz, buddy?
just like walking along with like no flexibility? In your
Yeah.
angle?
I was pretty much crippled all my life until I met this. I mean, I tried many different doctors, and I bumped into this miracle doctor, and he pulled me through huge amount of pain. And but I'm back to like
therapeutic pain.
No, hell no.
No.
It's like taking a knife, cutting your own skin and deeper, and he does that for 30, 40 minutes.
In order to get the mobility back.
Yes, and it worked. Oh, after he does that, I'll be in pain for about a week, because he actually alter your tissues and your nerves, right? So, but originally my doctor was gonna. My doctor was at Cedars-Sinai. They were gonna reconstruct my whole leg, so I can walk normal again.
You touched on this a little bit when you did the show, but then I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
level.
My whole left foot angle was completely broken off.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's why.
Like your foot was just like flopping around.
Yeah, but I passed out after I crashed.
Excuse me.
Oh yeah, I would hope you passed out.
No, so I was airlifted to the hospital.
Okay.
Yeah, I was there. So when I woke up, they actually showed me a picture. My whole foot was turning black from losing so much blood.
Oh my god.
They were supposed to amputate it, but they
That's what I would think.
Yeah, and
Usually they do.
And luckily, I was on morphine. Well, that was
I was on morphine.
Yeah, for a while, 1990s, man. I was a cool kid. What were you? I'm on morphine, man.
Yeah, I just press a button and I get a whole bunch of it. It's amazing.
Yeah. So I was on it for a while, and to take away the edge out of it. And but yeah, so I met a doctor like 2 years ago, and I started going to him. It's a Chinese acupuncture doctor, and he solves it for me.
Wow.
I'm back almost like 65-70%.
I would never know when you're walking around up at Breakfast Club or wherever in an event. I mean, you ride your scooter usually or something, but when you're walking around, I never would know.
Yeah, so it's, every time I host an event, I actually have to take a lot of painkiller before I take it, because
really?
I can't stand up for too long.
Oh, so that explains it. You're so friendly all the time to everybody because you're high as a kite. Well, that's a secret. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you have to do that. That sucks. I don't mean to make fun of it.
No,
okay.
of course not.
Make light of it.
Yeah. DGR is a special event. I mean, it's focused on men's mental health and also their testicle cancers and stuff like that.
Gentlemen, tell me what it is.
Distinguished Gentleman's Ride.
Distinguished Gentleman's Ride.
Yeah. We currently have about 500 riders already.
Oh, cool. And then all kinds of bikes?
All kinds of bikes. Yeah, so Triumphs, OC Triumph, Orange County Triumph, is actually sponsoring this event. So I will be riding a Triumph on that day.
And where do you guys go from?
The route map, you have to sign up to get a route map. I think it's from OC Triumph, the starting point. From there to go along PCH. Mm-hmm. It's going to end up at the place that, oh my God, I should have known this. It's a very famous guy. It's something called guacamole, something, whatever.
Mexican restaurant.
It's a Mexican restaurant,
sure.
Yeah, but it's owned by a famous guy. I forgot his name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mr. Guacamole.
But someplace down in Orange County, someplace.
Somewhere down in Orange County.
Okay.
We're gonna ride along the PCH and showing up there.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's
So right now it's about 500 bikes, and I think it's we might end up maybe between 600.
And this is a charity drive, a charity ride as well, right?
Yeah.
So how do people who might not even go on the thing, maybe they want to support the cause financially, how do they donate? They go to the website or something?
Yeah, so they can go to Distinguished Gentleman Ride, and there's many different. The cool thing about this is simultaneously they're riding in the whole world all together.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're just a local chapter.
Yeah, so we just California, Los Angeles, Orange County chapters.
Oh, that's so cool.
So simultaneously they're going to do it in London, New York on the same day. It's crazy.
It's like bikes across the world, like
Yeah,
with hands
yeah,
across
yeah,
America,
yeah.
except with motorcycles and around the world.
Up with people.
People are so great. Up with people.
I can't believe you get the reference and know the song.
I totally get it.
Yeah. Oh God, Sean, that's so cool. But you're asked to do this type of thing all the time. I mean, you are sort of a friend to the community. Period.
Yeah. I'm proud to be.
What the toy drive is the biggest thing I can think of, but you always seem to be doing something.
So we just finished our supply drive for the animal shelter just on Monday. It was so random. It was just supposed to just like get a couple guys show up and collect some. They're actually euthanize the dog and cats actually a lot earlier than usual. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you know, I did a very short post and live on Monday.
Hang on, you did an Instagram live.
Yeah. Guess how many dogs we saved?
I know the answer. Tell people.
Actually, we got more than that. So originally, there was supposed to be 53 dogs get euthanized by Thursday.
Uh-huh.
And it ended up, we got them all adopted within 2 days. Yeah. And
That's amazing. That's
yeah.
amazing. I heard it was like over 60 dogs. That's
right now,
amazing.
68.
Unbelievable.
The final number was 68. So, but you know.
That would not be here today while we're recording this had it not been for that live you did on Monday.
Yeah. That is so cool that, I mean, most people share out a message and they use their social media platform to do something good like this.
Yeah.
And it's cool that they're able to know they are, by sharing messages out, they're making a change.
Yeah.
And you know, and this time is 60-some cats and dogs alive, and who knows what's next going to be, right?
Yeah.
So.
That's so awesome.
Oh, I want a dog.
Oh, here we go.
No, I do. It's just hard. It's hard to have
You're
a dog.
on the road all the time.
I'm on the road, and I live by myself, so like it's not a thing. If I could have a dog where I knew I could take the dog with me everywhere, and it would like have a bandana, like we'd go on adventures and stuff.
Adventure
like,
dog.
Yeah, I want an adventure dog. Instead, I just have 2 asshole cats. So
this is adventure dog. This dog goes with Sean everywhere.
I know.
He's trying. Everything is so new to him right now. Like he saw your cat, he's curious about a cat. He's just so curious about everything right now, and he's got tremendous amount of energy.
Yeah, new puppy energy.
Yeah.
Knows like I want to just like draw his blood and see what's in there and see where'd you get your. He doesn't sleep.
See, when I adopt a dog, it's gonna be like the dog's gonna be like 7.
Yeah.
All right, now's when we lay down and watch TV.
I'm gonna be a 7-year-old dog and be like, I'm gonna take care of you through your twilight years.
Yeah, he doesn't sleep.
Yeah, no, I like to sleep, so no.
He's like on something. I don't know, man.
How was Bobo with it? Well, he was, I guess, elderly too, so he would sleep a lot.
Bobo, when he was little, he wasn't this active. He's super active.
What kind of dog was Bobo though?
Bobo was a cocker spaniel poodle, so cockapoo.
Cockapoo, right.
Yeah.
Way too many weird breeds. Cockapoo.
But they're hypo, so they're not shitting.
Yeah.
That's a good thing about it. I mean, he likes trouble. When he gets in the car, he goes to sleep, which is a good thing. Yeah.
So you need that. You need a road dog who's going to either have his head out the window or go to sleep.
Yeah.
So he's actually really quiet in the car, which is excellent. Yeah.
That's so cute.
I don't know. I'm just dying. I can't look at that dog anymore. Just can't do it.
You can babysit him.
And you heard the story, so there's no way he's giving up that dog.
I know. That's okay. Like I said, jerk cats at home.
Oh, man. I love you both. I'm sorry this was a double episode, but I kind of really like these because it's really kind of fun.
No, it's fun because then, like I get to meet somebody new.
Thank you.
Learn about somebody new and I dig it.
All right.
A+.
That's so sweet.
Oh, man. You can see right through my moral fiber, can't you? Like, he needs some sort of reassurance.
We're going to see you tomorrow morning anyway.
Yay.
Are you going to come up to Breakfast Club?
I'm going to try.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
What in what car? You don't have the Z anymore, do you?
No, I don't have the Z anymore.
Oh,
they took it back. I was supposed to have the whole week, and Road and Track want to use it, so they
Oh, damn automotive journalists.
We're the worst.
Damn reviewers.
We are the worst.
Where is CNET where people can watch your...
Yeah. So CNET.com, and then just click on cars, and then all of our stuff is there. I don't know what my latest video... I'm not sure what the latest video is that they posted, but we do have video of the Audi, and there's a story as well with the Audi. So that
and some moving shots, which is cool.
Yes, some good moving shots and everything. And then I know I'm going to be having F-150 Raptor videos coming up, but we're also getting to drive the new Bronco Raptor in.
Everybody's got a Raptor.
Oh my God, I'm so excited about the Bronco Raptor.
I am
It's gonna
too.
be amazing.
Is it?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great.
Oh, I have such high hopes. I'm afraid of being disappointed.
Well, I can tell you that. I mean, have you driven the regular Bronco?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was pretty impressed with the regular Bronco.
Okay.
I went pretty fast through some rough stuff and went up some, pretty good.
The V8 or the
It doesn't
what
have
is no, it's the super. Is it a supercharged
It's a
six?
six
Or turbo six.
It's a turbo
Turbo
six.
six. Okay.
Yeah.
But there's two models, aren't there?
Yeah, there's a 2.7 liter.
The one that should be a V8.
Isn't
and
there a
the one-
4-cylinder?
So there's a 4-cylinder as a base one.
Yeah, and then there's the
And
there's
then
a
a 6-cylinder twin turbo, which is the motor to carry
That's
over
what
on
I'm
the
thinking
Raptor.
of.
Yeah.
And then speaking of, our producer Mike up in Canada there has one on order.
Congratulations.
I certainly do. Hey, I need to know, Emmy, do I get street cred for having a two-door Outer Banks Sasquatch 2.3 liter coming to me? Do I get mad respect for that?
Yes. Yes, because you have the two-door number one, and the two-door is better because your breakover angle is better, and nobody cares about the back seat anyway. So just take that whole back seat out, and then you can use that to for more cargo space and everything.
Cargo.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta you gotta put in your ARB refrigerator and all that other overlanding stuff.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I mean, that's what people
Hey,
do.
I have
That's
one
not
other-
what I do, but.
But he owns a financial firm, so I don't know. Are you going to be doing actual overlanding, or are you just going to be driving it like urban commando?
Well, no, where I'm from in British Columbia, there's lots of dirt road, like mountain lakes and things like that. I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to turn into a 4x4 guy. I'm just not that guy, but I just love the truck. And there's a nostalgic value to it because my dad drove a baby blue Scout for 25 years. And it reminds me of my dad's Scout, so there's probably some subconscious Freudian shit there too.
Yeah. No, I get it. That's
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
love it.
awesome. I hope you get it soon. I know one of my colleagues on Roadshow just finally got his. He ordered it the day it was announced, and he finally got his this week.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't have a VIN number yet. I'm hoping by Christmas, but I think that's might even be optimistic.
But you've been waiting for a long time too, pal, haven't you? Hasn't it been a long time that you've been waiting for yours?
January. I officially ordered it in January.
Oh, that's okay.
Still, I would just be
in
like,
the old days, 5 months, you'd have your car by now.
yeah, I know. I'd be like, well, that's gonna take too long. What else can I get?
Yeah, for sure. You could have had a Defender
Hey, let's
by now.
test
you
the
know?
power of the late night playset right now. If anybody from Ford can get a guy a VIN number, hey, thanks very much. Emmy, I'm also afraid I have one more question for you.
Okay.
The process of it's a short question. It's a like yes or no kind of a question.
And he's Canadian,
Except
so
it starts with process.
he's Canadian, so it's process, of course.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Look at this building bridges. The process. The process during the race in the e-car, where the battery would switch out and stuff like that. This is a question of vocabulary. The question is this: has it been considered to call it an e-stop or an e-pit? Is that the vocabulary, and is there a name for that process?
I don't know. I mean, I think they just stopped at their pits and swapped the batteries. I don't think that they were thinking of nomenclature at that point, because they're out there just with all of the regular cars, and like the cars might be getting fuel and they're doing something else in order to get.
The marketing guy up here is like, did they name it first and then?
I don't think so. And I mean, and those guys that I was talking about with the zip line, I mean, they're literally just dudes in their garage. Like they're not affiliated with any kind of manufacturer, although they should be, because they're real smart. And
They
very,
may have
very
figured out
creative.
the new way to do it.
Yeah.
Fly it in.
But manufacturers, they're not. I mean, we have decided apparently already that swappable batteries is not how we're going to build electric cars for whatever reason. I feel like it would be a good reason, but I mean, what do I know, right?
Well, it seems like more batteries isn't the answer to people for some reason. Like, oh, the batteries are hard enough to source or whatever. So it seems like they're against making more batteries for whatever reason. I don't know that.
Yeah,
I have no leg to stand on with that argument, but it seems like that's what it is.
And I don't know the whole. I mean, I know that our supply chain and everything is all messed up now, and all whatever is happening there. But whatever is happening there.
Plus politics.
But
the fascination for me is the idea that something like the pit stop is evolving because the race is evolving, and I just find that fascinating. That's where that kind of came from.
Yeah, and I mean, the team they showed up with their batteries already charged, But then you got to start thinking about, okay, if you're going to be charging batteries then in the middle of the desert, like, okay, well now your options are you bring a diesel generator, which nobody wants to do that.
Or solar, which is going to take.
Solar, which will take forever.
Yeah.
So when I was on the Rebel rally and we drove the R1T, the Rebel partnered with a company called Renewable Innovations, and they brought out a giant semi truck that had fast chargers in it. That could charge up to, I think I saw over 200 kilowatts.
Holy
coming
crap.
into the Rivian.
Off a truck.
Yeah, off a truck.
That's not plugged in. I mean, that's a generator truck.
Yeah, well, see, and that truck can use hydrogen fuel cells to charge.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're just dripping a little bit of water. No
so
big
that
deal.
part is really cool.
That is amazing.
Because then you're not dragging a diesel generator. Because then people who, have a problem with EVs or, for like, don't take away my V8. It's like, no one's taking away your V8. Trust me. It's not going to happen for a long time. They're like, well, you just have to bring out a diesel generator, so it's not any better. And it's like, yeah, it's not a good look. Like, I get it. It's not a good look. But being able to
hydrogen
but using a hydrogen fuel cell.
It's different.
And you still have a battery vehicle. It's not powered. Your vehicle isn't powered by hydrogen, but the batteries are being charged with hydrogen, I guess, is how it works. So that's pretty cool because then it's clean.
And they just literally off-gas some water, right?
Yeah,
Like they just drip
think
a little bit of water, I think is all it is. That's crazy.
I'm not 100% sure because I'm not.
That's wild.
But yeah.
Well, now we're talking about maybe the future of, like, get that hydrogen power fuel cell into that Dakar thing, and then maybe we've got a...
Yeah, and then you just have the Hindenburg, and it's fine.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Hydrogen. That hydrogen. That hydrogen.
Although Glickenhaus, who does, these really ridiculous sports cars and track cars, but also has done a version of Steve McQueen's Baja Boot. Mm-hmm. And they, I'm not going to lie, kicked Ford's ass in the Baja 1000 a couple years ago when Ford brought the first Bronco. Ford didn't actually finish, but the boot did, which was pretty amazing. Oh, yeah. Ford doesn't like to talk about that, but they did not finish.
But that was the baby Bronco, right?
No, it was a real one.
Oh, it was?
But it was before the big one came out.
Okay.
So anyway, Glickenhaus has built that, and I think this year, at least I've seen renderings of a hydrogen-powered off-road car. Now, whether that's I think it's actually a hydrogen fuel cell because you can fill up a hydrogen car as the same amount of time that it takes for gas, right?
To be clear, like a hydrogen fuel cell is not the Hindenburg.
I know, I understand that.
Like,
I know. But every time
like
people
filling
say,
your car cabin with nitrogen.
But I just keep thinking like, oh my God, what if like the whole thing just explodes? And I guess I've seen that video too many times.
You're right about that, but I think about the battery fires and everything. I think we're all just substituting one flammable explosive thing for another.
Because that's what the boom makes the car go. So you have to have the boom to make the car go, and whether you're doing it this way or that way, something's going to explode. So, but yeah, so Glickenhaus is doing that. Whether or not it's going to be at the Baja 1000 this year, I don't know, but that should be pretty interesting because the problem with an electric car in a race situation is the charging. You can't do it, but with hydrogen, that's a really quick fill up.
Yeah. I like it.
But I don't know what the efficiency is, so I'm not sure what that is.
They did a comparison to electric cars. Hydrogen vehicles, like it's pretty bad. I think electric is like 50-60% returns your energies, and hydrogen is like right around about like 40-ish.
Wow.
But normal petrol engines is around about maybe 30-ish.
Yeah.
So it's better than petrol engines, less efficient than the electric engines.
Yeah. Well, and when we were doing keeping track of all of our mileage in the R1T, we were getting in the dirt like probably 2.5 to 3 kilometers per kilowatt hour, or no, miles per kilowatt hour. And then when we drove the new Hummer, which is a
the
giant
crawler
electric vehicle,
electric thing,
which is, I mean, it's anyway. When we were on the dirt in that, we were getting less. I was getting less than a mile per kilowatt hour. It's so inefficient. Not that I expected anything different.
I mean, from a Hummer, really?
But you're just like, because there comes a point where it's like diminishing returns for how heavy your vehicle is, and it's like, I mean, there's a 200 kilowatt hour battery, but like,
I haven't seen that thing in person yet. Is it as big as like?
It's giant.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
It's giant, and the truck. Speaking of spare tires, the truck does not come with a spare.
Well, neither did the old Hummers. They were reinflatable. That was the whole apparatus. You could get a flat tire and it would reinflate itself.
No, it's actually got donuts right inside of it. It's got a solid wheel
Oh, in the new one.
No, the old.
Oh, the
one,
old
H1,
one. Oh.
yeah. So
so that little thing, that little gas thing, that wasn't actually.
So that's called CTIS, Central Tire Inflation Assistance. So that simply actually puts air in a tire or release air from the tires when you go to different terrains.
Yeah, so the Audi Dakar vehicle has that.
Yeah.
No
so they can just
kidding.
push a button and.
That's
yeah,
amazing.
it's-
Instead of getting out and.
Exactly.
Yeah.
exactly.
So imagine the wheel. This is the rims, right? Inside of outside of the tire, inside of actually a solid rubber around the rims itself. So in case of a blowout, yeah. So that's why
So you could drive on the rim no matter what.
Yeah. Wow. And there's also these things
Every
called
car should
tire
have that.
balls. They're like little.
Tell me more.
I know they're like. I mean, tires and balls. They're I don't know. They're like this big or something, and you put them in the tire and then mount that on the rim.
Oh.
And then that way you still have some
balance.
inflation.
And they're almost that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
They don't work like ball bearings in there
I don't
somehow.
think
They
so.
get the tire running around the rim.
I don't think so.
Did you ever go to a what do you call it? Is it Top Fuel Dragsters, like a NHRA race?
I mean, I've seen those, and your ears almost fall off.
Yeah. My dad used to take me to them when I was a kid, whatever. But I was amazed that the back wheels, the back tires and wheels on those dragsters are like drywall screwed through the rim into the rubber because there's so much horsepower. The rim would spin and the tire would staple. So in order to get those burnouts and everything, they literally have like 30 drywall screws into the rubber.
I wonder if that's the same thing with beadlocks now.
It's got to be the same. It was old school beadlock. It must be
beadlocks,
exactly that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's hilarious.
I know.
I love you both. I want this to go on forever, but we've gone long. We're so long. Come
Are we
back,
long?
both of you. Come back.
Okay.
We'd love to.
I mean, I know there's more stuff to talk about. I know it.
Me and her is gonna hang out. Next time she comes to City Industries, I'm gonna hang out. I'm gonna have lunch with her.
Yeah,
Please.
totally.
You
Sure,
guys
well, I
are-
got to bring the Miata. So you know what I have parked outside is I have a Mazda Speed Miata.
Oh, that's cool.
Ooh.
That's rare. That's turbocharged.
Yeah.
From the factory, 7 pounds of boost.
That's 2.0 too.
No, it's not. It's the 1.8.
It's 1.8?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a 1.8. But yeah, it's like 175 horsepower.
And weighs nothing.
Watch yourself.
And a 1.8 weighs nothing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't the original Miata 1.8?
The original was 1.6
1.6.
for like 1 or 2 years or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they went to the
What year is yours?
my Mazda
Is-
Speed's a 04.
yeah, buddy.
Oh yeah, but Buddy is a 01, and then the
Okay.
Mazda Speed's an 04.
Oh, they're both yours.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
So I get to open up my garage to the perfect, like, one's up here, one's down here, and they're both second gens, and I'm like, oh, I love you guys.
But the yin and yang of what you can do with them.
I know, it's amazing.
Yeah. Oh man, that's why I like those cars. 911s, like they're kind of just little personalities, like blank canvas personalities. You
Yeah.
can kind of make them whatever you want.
Exactly.
I like the ones where the cars match the owners.
That's cool. have you guys ever been to Mazda's secret garage? Mazda corporate secret garage?
Tell us more, Sean.
Dude, it's amazing.
How do we get in
let's
there?
do that. Let's
How do we
that.
get in there?
Oh, I'll make a phone call.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Dude, there are so many amazing things in there.
We're going.
I
can't wait.
died. I died.
There was a period where I was really into Mazda. When the last generation RX-7 was out, man, I was into that hardcore Mazda at that period. I don't know why I thought that car was awesome. I still do. I still think it's fantastic.
It's a fantastic car.
Have you ever met Rob Dahm?
Yeah.
That does all the he puts rotary engines
Four
in
rotors.
everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
You should have him on the show. He's great.
Rob Dahm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
DAHM, I think.
That helps so much.
Yeah, he took RX-7, built a four rotor motors in there. It sounds like the 787 on the street.
Oh my God.
Sounds like the Le Mans winning Mazda. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Whoa.
He recently went on Hoonigan's YouTube channel and did a race with his own RX-7 against the Hoonigan's called Hoonigan. Hoonigan.
Yeah, and he did not win, but he did not lose by much. And I think the reason he didn't win, if I recall correctly, was like his hood came off or something ridiculous like that. Yeah, like there was a I
Not
can't
even you
see
weren't
moment.
fast enough. Like something happened.
No, it was a Code Brown moment that happened.
Go Brown.
Code Brown, we're gonna die. Code Brown.
I've never heard that.
You haven't heard Code Brown?
No, I'm not a real race driver like you are. I'm just a fucking poser. And I've not had that many Code Brown moments. I guess I'm lucky. I count myself
Maybe
lucky.
you need to push your car a little bit harder.
Oh, no.
Oh, challenge accepted.
Oh, no. Yeah. Like I think we're at our limit for what she can take, and maybe me too. The car's faster than I am, that's for
We
sure.
can pick a day. We all go to K1.
Oh, I love that.
yes.
She used to love that.
I loved
She's
it.
probably still got her license and some races
You know, I have a friend that she is in a wheelchair and she races as well, and she's got these really great hand controls. I can hook you guys up.
Oh, that would be cool.
That
Yes.
would be great.
I will hook you guys up because and they can they just go into any single car. She carries them around with her and they get into any single car.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
That's so bizarre.
Awesome. Yeah, her name's Kara Barend.
No, I mean the fact that you could just take it with you and go
yeah,
into
yeah, and it just boop.
Wow, that's so wild.
Yeah, easy accessibility. It shouldn't have to be expensive. Everyone deserves to drive.
Yeah, she was not good at it when she used to drive.
Hang on. Nicole, were you a good driver?
No.
Oh, okay, then that's fine.
I'd like to go fast, but I had no understanding of anything around me.
She would have a lot of accidents. She hit the same garage, many, many times. It was a lot of repeat offenses.
I mean, she's consistent. Imagine less corners. Right?
Imagine.
Yeah,
she hits her apex every corner.
Yes. If we could just get it good once, then we could replicate it forever. No, I don't know. It was the garage. It was the garage in
you
that
got
Venice
that look.
place. We hit
My
that a
God!
number of
After we
times.
leave, my God, this might be a crime scene. She gave you that look, like, oh, why you say things like that?
She's never had to drive to an accident site to come pick me up or work my shit out, whereas I have had to do that with her. So, I think the fact that she doesn't drive and that she's a great passenger these days is probably better for both of us, is my point.
I would have to agree.
She's a great passenger.
Everyone needs a navigator. Drivers are nothing without their navigator.
I'm not one.
She's not. She's no, none of that.
I'm really trying to be
That would be
helpful
awesome.
here.
I appreciate it. You can stop.
Gosh, I'm trying to wrap it up again. All right, this is the part where generally we say thank you for being here. So thank you for being here, and we say, what are we plugging? How do we plug you? Where do we follow you, and how do we plug you?
So,
Emmy Hall.
all my stuff is at cnet.com. Click on cars.
Or
Emmy on the Instas. I'm usually on Instagram. I'm on Twitter, but not that much.
Me too.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah. No.
I don't think the app's on my phone.
Yeah. So Instagram, Emmy.
YouTube channel? No, it's CNET. All your YouTube stuff.
Yeah,
all your video
all of that.
stuff
All
is
that stuff's just
CNET.
on CNET,
Okay,
so you can
awesome.
get to it through there.
What about you, Mr. Lee?
Simple. Purist Group. PURISTGROUP on the IG and Facebook.
Yeah, you got your own personal Sean Lee as well.
Yeah, there's no point.
He's like, I don't want anyone to follow that, but they keep following it.
I don't.
That's just pictures of me and my dog.
It is. But you go live on that one sometimes too, and
because
got a lot of following.
apparently that's getting a lot more traction, which is something I don't like, because I really people follow Purist Group because that's more focused on the charity.
Yeah.
And me as a person who's leading that.
That's why you have to change your name. You have to do a secret name. I have a secret Facebook name.
Oh, what's
You
that?
do what's
I'm
that?
not telling you.
You told me later.
Oh, you mean to be on there just as yourself?
Yeah.
Well, we had that too.
Yeah. I have a secret. That way, if you have to actually know me in order to find that. And then there's an Emmy Hall Facebook page that people that I don't know can follow.
Can follow, sure.
Yeah.
They just want to keep up with your.
Yeah, and that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun.
But I appreciate all my friends follows me around.
There's also a Pon, the Pon Lee.
The Pon Lee.
Yep.
We're trying to document where he goes.
Follow that.
Yeah.
And all his good charity work that he's doing.
It's going to make a lot of kids happy this year because,
I didn't notice his little white chin toe right now. That was adorable.
Yeah, this is a Shelby Stripes.
Oh, I didn't notice that. They're on the underside. They're on the underside.
Does
it go all the way?
It's on
all the way to the
Vipers.
trunk?
It's like a Viper.
Oh, that's amazing. All right, you guys are both great. We'll see you tomorrow at Breakfast Club, it sounds like.
Yeah.
That'll be really fun. And some Friday morning when you're not doing anything, you'll come up the mountain,
I know.
maybe.
How early is it, though?
It's whenever you want. It's all morning long. There's no time.
But it's morning. Morning to me is starts at 10 o'clock.
Fine.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we're up there till 2 generally. I mean, it kind of goes till noon, so.
Okay. Yeah, I would love to. And
But
the fact
there's no
that
pressure.
I actually have the Mazda speed would be great, but I have promised my mom that I would help her around the house.
Oh, I don't mean tomorrow. I mean someday.
Well, I
someday.
know, but I'm just
come up
saying
someday.
that's why I wouldn't, because I would go to, because I know I talked to Lynn and she wants to go, and I think she might be bringing Monty.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, that should be interesting.
Yeah. I was like, can he make it up the hill? Lynn, I love you. You're my favorite.
I love her.
Lynn Woodward. Love Lynn Woodward.
But seriously, the Breakfast Club has some amazing people. I mean,
Yeah, no, I've heard fantastic things. So normally I live out in Yucca Valley.
Yeah.
So it's just hard for me to get.
Well, that's really far. Yucca Valley. Oh my God.
That's far.
She's really far.
So why were you here today then? Were you just in LA?
Yeah, mostly because I'm helping my mom do stuff around the house for a couple of days. Yeah.
Wasn't just for this.
No, please, for you guys, forget it.
We've had people fly in from Australia twice.
No, come on.
And Belgium once. And
London.
And London. We've had a bunch of people fly in for the show just for this, and we were like,
what?
Like, are you disappointed? Like, when you get here, like, did you have any idea it was going to be in this little tiny apartment?
Also from Canada, Jay.
Yeah.
They come from everywhere. Say it again, Mike.
Canadian Mike? From Canada, sir.
Oh, obviously.
America's hat.
You work here, though, so you don't really count. All right, that's it. We love everybody. I don't know what's happening because it's not on the blue card. We totally missed Beverly Glen last week. I thought it was going to be we were a week early and we're a week late, so we screwed it up. I don't know what's happening this weekend, but Breakfast Club is happening tomorrow, so we'll see you there. Other than that, Emmy Hall, Sean, Lee, Pon, love you all.
Yay!
All right. Thanks so much for being here. I love you. We all love you out there. Please love one another, and we'll see you next week. Right?
See you.
We covered everything, right, Mike?
And then some.
Love you,
and then
bye.
some.
Good
night, everybody.
Good night.
Do we get this bear commercial again? I want to see that bear commercial again.
Beer commercial?